Maven. Now wait, before you finish. Maven's actually got some pretty good loot. Starting off, she has some Awakened Gems, which can range all the way up to 45 Divines if you're lucky. Regenesis, all the way up to 60 Divines, depending on the role. And then the Impossible Escape, which has an insane range from 15C all the way up to 60 Divines plus. And then the Awakened Exceptional Gems, which are exclusive to Maven, which ranges all the way up to 105 Divines. These are supposed to belong to Cyrus, by the way. So, I finally decided to do 100 Mavens. She's definitely one of the harder Ubers if you don't have enough DPS. If you do have a lot of DPS, she's also one of the easiest. Maven's also the only Uber boss you can do this on. But be careful. It's easy to forget the memory game. Huh? Pizza side. About 100 of these invitations for about 127.5 Divines, which is quite expensive. I think she's probably the most expensive boss you can do. And at the same time, you might also be asking, well, how come you only paid 127.5 Divines, considering the average price of one invitation is 1.5 Divines? And that's because this was done a month ago. That's it. As I mentioned previously, you need a pretty good build to do this. And according to this one guy from Twitch chat, well...
Look, your hero. It's shit. Yes, my opinion, your hero it suck. LOL. Like for beginner. 操你妈.
I might have added that last part. But anyways, here's what a kill looks like on Maven. Like, dude. Yeah, he might have been onto something. Before we get into all the loot, I want to show first what Maven can drop. So here's what Maven can drop. On the left, you can see what item it is, and what percentage drop chance it has, as well as the price. Following that, we have some Uber items too, which is like the Flask, Awakened Exceptional, the Shiny Reliquary Key, and the Awakened Gems. And then there's the additional drops, which is the Elevated Sextant and the Orb of Conflicts. Now in Uber Maven, you also have a 100% drop chance of the Elevated Sextant, which is a guaranteed return. And then for some reason, she also has this Divination card, which is insanely rare and costs basically nothing. I want to also clarify that these stats are by the community, after the community, for the community. But the community are retarded. Anyways, moving on. Let's get into all the highlights from these 100 kills. Oh! Oh, that's good! Oh, that is good! Holy shit! It's real! Anyways, that was it. Or was it? Let's get into the loot. Let's see what we got. So first of all, we got 39 of these shoes, which was about 4.5 div. We got 17 of these helms, under 84 chaos. The RGB belts, 30 of them, 205C. 9 impossible escapes, 13.5 div. Doppelganger chest, which was about 100C. We only got 2 of them. And then the Echo Forge, well, we got 0. And then the Progenesis, we got 1 of these, which was about 45 div. Then the Awakened Exceptional Gems, we got 0, unfortunately. Awakened Gems, we got 20 of them, which added up to 28 Divines. And the best one being the Awakened Spell Cascade and Awakened Elemental damage with attacks. And then for the additional drops, I don't know how we did it, but we managed to get 100 out of 100 Elevated Sextants. 35 Orb of Conflicts as well, which added up to 14 Divines, and then 1 Div card. I also decided to corrupt basically every item that was corruptible. And the reason for that was because I felt like I was barely making any money back from doing this. So I wanted to see if I could hit like some crazy corruption or anything. And well, yeah, it didn't really happen. Anyways, let's see what we made. So, starting off, we invested 127 Divines, which we mentioned earlier. The returns were 147 Divines, the profits being 19.7 Divines or 3.25 div per hour. Now after I corrupted everything, the profits were 21.9 Divines, so nothing really special, and 3.65 Divines per hour. So yeah, not very good at all. Now honestly, these results, they initially surprised me, but then I kind of thought about it and I was like, well, she does have an insane range of items. So it's definitely disappointing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm 100% disappointed. I spent a lot of time doing this. But at the same time, the sample size is kind of too small. I mean, we're not even in the drop chance for an Awaken Exceptional Gem. And it's also worth noting that she also has a guaranteed drop of 0.4 div every time you kill her, which other bosses do too, like Shaper, but you know, fuck him. So yeah, the next video is definitely going to be 1,000 made. Oh, you're still here? I stream on Twitch, by the way, basically every day, twitch.tv/mahandsings, and also tomorrow on my birthday at 6 p.m. CEST, I'm going to be doing Giga Gamba stream. And also, on the right is my last gambling video. So if you enjoyed this, you know, you can hit the like button. If you want to see more of this, well, subscribe, and yeah, bye-bye.